All right, welcome everyone. Welcome to the 135 community webinar. This is a Monday night, and I'd like to welcome you. My name is Brian Frazier, and I'll be going over the presentation of the 135 community process. And give me 1 second here as I get everything situated. Okay, so let's get started because we have a lot of stuff that we want to go over with you. My name is Brian Frazier, and I welcome you to the 135 community. No doubt if this is your first time, someone has invited you here tonight to take a look at a process through the 135 community. This process is going to be a little different than anything that you may have seen before. So you definitely would want to pay attention to what we're going to go over here tonight. Now, the concept of what we have here is a very old concept. It's nothing new. This has been around for a long time. But the process itself, that is something fairly new. It has some similarities to network marketing, but it is not network marketing. So if you're a network marketer, I kind of want you to put your network marketing hat to the side for a second because I really want you to really focus on the process that we're about to go through. It is a little different than what you may be used to, but that's okay. It's a very easy process, a very simple process to understand, but as easy and as simple as this process is, it's even easier to mess this process up. So that's why we want you to pay close attention to it. You'll be able to ask any questions that you may have at the end of the presentation because we want to make sure that you fully understand how the process works. But it can be a very lucrative thing. The main focus that we're going to focus in on this process is building a community. Building a community. Because we feel that if you build a community, the money will follow. So, even though in this process you will see quite a bit of money in this process, we don't want you to focus in on the money. We want you to focus in on the process itself and building a community, all right? Because here's our goal. Our goal with the community is to rid ourselves of debt and to eradicate poverty. We want to wipe out poverty in our communities. That's our goal with this community, okay? Money, money will follow, okay? Money is a byproduct of this process, all right? Because as you will see, money is no issue, all right, in this process. Money is not an issue. Anybody can get involved in this community. All right? Anybody. Money is not the issue. The issue is going to be you. It's going to be the individual. It's going to be our mindset. That's going to be the only issue in this process. What do you want? It's all about you. All right? And so if we can focus on just the process and building a community, money will not be a problem at all. Now, the first thing that I want to go over real quickly, because, sometimes we have our preconceived notions about what we think something is, only because we're being invited in. Right? Just because people get invited into something or quote unquote recruited into something, they have their preconceived notions of what they think that might be. And so what we want to do is go over that real quick because a lot of people think just because they're being recruited or somebody's inviting them, they think that it's a pyramid scheme. That's the first thing that comes to their head. Oh, this must be one of those pyramid things. And so what we want to do is dispel that myth right now about a pyramid scheme. right? Because most people don't know what a pyramid is or a pyramid scheme is when they make that statement. Right? And so we want to just give you a brief definition of pyramid and what a pyramid scheme is, right? To show you that what we do here in the 135 community is nowhere near a pyramid scheme. Right? And so we don't want anyone to get confused by that. And if you want to get the full definition of what a pyramid scheme is, then you can Google pyramid scheme and you can get a more elaborate and more full definition of what a pyramid scheme is. But right here is just a short definition, and it says that a pyramid scheme is a fraudulent system of making money based on recruiting an ever-increasing number of investors. And investors is the key here, is the key word. The initial promoters recruit investors, who in turn recruit more investors, and so on. The scheme is called a pyramid because at each level, the number of investors increase. So what's actually happening here is in this pyramid scheme, in this particular scheme, people are putting their money into a scheme or platform as an investor. They're investing their money. And anytime that you invest your money, you're looking for some type of rate of return on your money. So the people who control the pyramid scheme, what they do is they take in the money from the investors. And the last investors that invest in the scheme, they take that money and they take portions of that money and give it to the first people that came into the scheme, as if those investors were getting a return on their money, which they really aren't. It's just moving money from one investor to another investor and making believe that that investor is getting a return on its money, on their money. There's no investment being made in anything. Right? That is a pyramid scheme. That is illegal. The FCC and the SEC will come down hard on anyone that tries to portray that you're getting a return on your investment. You cannot do that. That is a true pyramid scheme. And these pyramid schemes have been going on for a long time, and they have been very, very big in the past. Billions of dollars have been lost in pyramid schemes. And so that's why it is such a bad phobia to get involved with a pyramid scheme. So people have a right to be nervous about getting involved in a pyramid scheme. All right? So, but the thing that we want to show is that what we're getting ready to go over is truly not a pyramid scheme. Because first of all, there are no investments here. All right? There's no investments in the 135 community process. All right? Matter of fact, you can't even make money here. Okay? You can't even make money. There's no commissions. All right? There's nothing like that. All right? The 135 community is based on people helping each other through donations, and that's it. So we just wanted to go over that, just a brief definition of what a pyramid scheme is, because most people don't know really what a pyramid scheme is. So we just wanted to give that brief definition. A lot of times people think when they say in a pyramid scheme, they're really thinking in their mind a pyramid structure. Okay. And so they look at a pyramid structure and think that, okay, the pyramid structure, that's one of those things that, you know, somebody's at the top and all the money goes to the person up at the top. Well, what they're really describing when they think of a pyramid structure is actually the jobs that they're on. That's a true pyramid structure, the job. Okay. All the way from government, from your government, all the way down to the lowest level job is in a pyramid structure. Right? So that's what a lot of times people have in their minds, but they call it a pyramid scheme. All right? Now, network marketing is also a pyramid structure, but it's a different structure than the job structure. So there's two different types of pyramids. All right? So I just want to know that there's a difference between the two. All right? So now, but we're going to be going over the process for 135 community. Okay, so we really want you to pay attention to this. I'm going to take my time and go through this, and at the end you'll be able to ask any questions in reference to it. And I hope that what you see will resonate with you, because like I said, the process is for anybody, but a lot of times everybody may not be for the process. All right. So now let's go through the process real quick. Now, the first part of the process that we're going to go over is called the Family Dollar Donation. And it is what it just says it is. It's a dollar donation. Now, the only thing that you need to start this process is $1. Okay, you take $1 that you're going to donate to the person that invited you to the process. $1. That's why I said money is no issue here, because all it takes is just $1 to get started in the process. And all you're going to do is donate that $1 to the person that invited you. The other thing that you're going to do is you want to get at least 3 people. You want to invite 3 people to the process that can donate $1 to you. And that's it. That's what starts the process. It's just that simple. Money is no issue here. Now, before I get into the process, one thing that I want to implore to you is that the system or the concept that we use in the process is just like a penny doubling every day. Have you ever heard of compounding? Albert Einstein has stated that one of the what he feels the 8th wonder of the world is compound interest. Okay, compound interest, because compounding numbers is just a magical thing. And if you take a penny, for an analogy, if you take a penny and you double a penny every day for 30 days, you will be astounded of what you come up with just from a penny. Now, most people would look at a penny and have no significance in a penny at all. But if you take a penny, and I challenge you to get a calculator and take a penny and double it every day for the next 30 days and see what happens. If you take that penny today, 1 penny, and the following day you add 2 more pennies, and the following day after that you add another 4 pennies, and you keep doubling those pennies every day for 30 days, you will end up with $5.3 million starting from a penny in just 30 days. That's almost magical. Magical. Okay? But the problem is most people don't see that right away, right? Because it's such a small amount. It's such a small number. And so we kind of write it off. We'll walk down the street and $1 will fall out of our pocket. And by the time we get home, we realize that dollar is gone from out of our pocket. We write it off. Okay, well, we just lost $1. No big deal. So that's why I say money is not the issue. But the concept of compounding, what if you compound people? What if you compound people? What can that do? And that's what we want to show you in this process. The compounding effect as you build a community. Now, as I go through this process, you're going to hear me say certain words over and over again. And I'm saying these words over and over again to emphasize to you what it takes to keep this process moving. It's going to take certain characteristics in each individual, whether you bring them with you now or you develop them as you go through the process. But in order to go through this process to the fruition of this process, you will have to develop or have these characteristics. I guarantee you that. And that is honesty. You want to make sure that be a very honest person as you go through this process. It's going to be very important. Integrity. You want to make sure that you have good integrity, Because integrity and honesty, they kind of go together within this process. You want to have commitment. You want to be committed to getting rid of debt and wiping out poverty within your community, because that's what we're here to do. That's the main focus here, is to get rid of debt and to wipe out poverty throughout our communities. And the first debt you want to wipe out is your own. And then, last but not least, discipline. You want to have discipline to go through this process, to do whatever this process is required for you to do. If you have those qualities and those traits, you will have no problem with this process, none at all. Okay? So now, as I said, all you need is $1 that you can donate to the person that invited you, and ultimately you want 3 people, at least 3 people, that you can invite to the process that can donate $1 to you. Now, in our process, you only want to donate on a Monday or a Thursday. Mondays and Thursdays. That's it. We do that on purpose, okay? Because we want to keep this organized. We don't want people getting confused. We want to keep it organized. So the only time that we only donate is on Mondays and Thursdays. So now, let's say that this is your first time. Today is a Monday, and it's donation day. Today is donation day. So now you give your $1 to the person that invited you. Now that you've done that, now you're a part of the process. All right? You're a part of the process. Now that you're a part of the process, by the next donation day, which is Thursday, you want to make sure that you can get 3 people that you can invite into the process by Thursday to donate $1 to you. All right? And that's what starts the process for you. So now that you've done that, you've donated your $1 to the person that invited you. Now we start the process. So on the next donation day, which in this case would be Thursday, you have your 3 people that you invite. Those 3 people will now donate $1 to you on that donation day. That's a total of $3 that you receive. And now you're going to take $2 out of that $3, and you're going to donate that to the person that invited you. And now you're going to keep $1 out of that, and now you've got $1, okay, on the first donation day into this process. So that means that you've gotten your $1 back that you donated when you first started the process. So now at this point, you're losing no money. There's no money that's to be lost in this process from this point on. All right? This is what I would call playing with house money now. Any monies that you receive from this process is house money. You know, as they say in the casinos. You know, you gamble $1 and you get your $1 back. Now anything that you get from this point on, you're playing with house money. So there's no way that you can lose any money in this process from this point on. Make sense? So now, in the next donation day, which is either a Monday or Thursday, the next donation day, the 3 people that you invited, now they have their 3 people that they invited, which donated to them $1. And so now, because of that, now they're going to donate to you $2 each, which is a total of $6. Now, out of that $6, you're going to take $4 and you're going to donate that to the person that invited you. And you're going to keep $2 for yourself. Now you've accumulated $3 to this point on your first 2 donation days within the process. Very simple stuff. Not hard at all. Okay? Very easy. All right, now. So now that you've received $3, you've accumulated $3 in the first 2 donation days. At this point, what you'll do is you'll upgrade to what we call the cash tripler. It's a $3 cash tripler. So now you're going to take the $3 and you're going to donate that $3 in the cash tripler to the person that invited you. Now that you've donated those $3 in the cash tripler to your inviter, now that puts you in two separate processes now. The $1 process and now the cash tripler process. Okay? You're in two different processes now. All right? So now we go to the next donation day, the third donation day in the process, in the $1 process. On the third donation day, the 3 people that you invited, now they're going to donate to you $4 each. That's a total of $12. You're going to take $8 of that 12 and donate that to the person that invited you. You're going to keep $4 for yourself. That's a total of $7 that you've accumulated just in the $1 process. That's a total of $7 altogether, okay, that you have, right? So now, but the third donation day in the $1 process becomes the first donation day in the $3 cash tripler. And because of that, now the 3 people that you invited, now they enter into the cash tripler, and they're going to donate to you $3. $3 each. That's $9. You're going to take $6 of that $9 and donate it to the person that invited you. Now you're going to keep $3 for yourself. Now you have your $3 back that you originally donated in the cash tripler. So now you have a total of $10 that you've accumulated to this point. All right? Just in the $1 donation and the cash tripler. Now, let's go to the fourth donation day. In the fourth donation day, the 3 people that you invited are now going to donate to you $8 each. That's a total of $24. You're going to take $16 of that 24 and you're going to donate that to the person that invited you. You're going to keep $8 for yourself. That's a total of $15 that you've accumulated just in the $1 process. That's a total of $18 that you've accumulated to this point. $18. And all you did was just $1 one time out of pocket. That was it. Okay? There's no money to be lost in this process. All right? The only thing anybody's ever putting up out of their pocket in this process is $1. So money is no issue here. No issue at all. So now, the fourth donation day in the $1 process becomes the second donation day in the cash tripler. All right. So now in the cash tripler, the 3 people that you invited are now, they're going to donate to you $6 each. That's $18 that you'll receive. You're going to take $12 of that 18 and you're going to donate that to the person that invited you. You're going to keep $6 for yourself. That's a total of $9 that you've received in the cash tripler. That's a total of $24 to this point. $24. Now, because of this, and the name of the community is 135 Community, where the name comes from is the 1 in the 135 is the $1 donation. The 3 in the 135 is the $3 cash tripler. And so the 5 in the 135 is what we call the $5 freedom process. So what you're going to do at this point is you're going to take $5 and enter into the $5 freedom process. All right? So that $5 will go to the person that invited you. So now, at this point, you're going to be in 3 different processes. The $1 process, the $3 cash tripler, and now the $5 freedom. 3 different processes, all at the same time. All right? Now, this is where we talk about honesty, integrity, and being committed, okay, to get rid of debt and to wipe out poverty. And most of all, we want to stay disciplined to this process. If we stay disciplined to this process, some great things are going to happen for you. All right? So now, let's go to the 5th donation day. in the fifth donation day in the $1 process, the three people that you invited are now going to donate to you $16 at this point. That's a total of $48. You're going to take $32 of that and you're going to donate that to your inviter. You're going to keep $16 for yourself. That's $31 that you've accumulated just in the $1 process. That's a total of $40 that you've accumulated to this point. $40. Now, the fifth donation day of the $1 process becomes the third donation day in the cash tripler. Now the three people that you invited are now donating to you $12 in the cash tripler. That's $36. You're going to take $24 of that $36 and you're going to donate that to your inviter. You're going to keep $12 for yourself. That's a total of $18 that you've accumulated just in the cash tripler. That's a total of $54 that you've accumulated to this point. Now, the third day of the cash tripler becomes the first day of the $5 freedom, where you'll receive $5 from the three people that you invited, which is a total of $15. You're going to take 10 of that and you're going to donate that to the person that invited you. And now you're going to keep $5, so now you have your $5 that you donated earlier. You're going to get that back. And now you have a total of $57 to this point that you've accumulated. All right. All this is from a $1 one-time out of pocket. Money is no issue here. When you're dealing with $1, that's no issue at all. It's the people that we're dealing with. We're building a community here. You're building your teams. All right. Now, the next donation day, the sixth donation day in this process, in the $1 process, the three people are now going to donate to you $32. $32. That's $96 that you're going to take in. You're going to take 64 of that and donate it to the person that invited you. You're going to keep $32 for yourself. That's a total of $63 that you've accumulated just in the $1 process. That's a total of $89 to this point. Okay, you've accumulated $89, and all anyone ever did was donate $1 to begin with. Okay, $1, $1 out of pocket one time. That's it. Now the sixth day of the $1 process becomes the fourth day in the cash tripler. Now the three people are donating to you $24. That's $72 altogether. $48 of that goes to the person that invited you. You're going to keep $24 for yourself. That's $42 that you've accumulated just in the cash tripler. That takes you over $113 to this point. Now, quite naturally, the fourth donation day in the cash tripler becomes the second donation day in the $5 freedom process. Now, that's $10 each from all three people that you invited. That's $30. You're going to take $20 of that and donate it to the person that invited you. You're going to keep $10 for yourself. That's $15 altogether that you're going to receive in this process, in the $5 freedom process. That's $123 that you've accumulated to this point. Honesty, integrity, and commitment to getting rid of debt and wiping out poverty. That's our goal here. That's our goal. From a $1 one-time out of pocket. Okay? I hope this is making sense to you now. I hope it's starting to come together for you. So now, as we go to the seventh donation day, and remember, we're only donating on Mondays and Thursdays. Mondays and Thursdays. Those are the donation days. We call that D-Day. Okay? So on the seventh donation day, D-Day, your three people now are going to donate $64 to you. That's a total of $192. Out of that, you're going to take $128 and you're going to donate that to the person that invited you. You're going to keep $64 for yourself. That's $127 that you've accumulated into this process, in the $1 process. That's it. $127 just in the $1 process. That's a total of $187 altogether. All right. Now, the 7th donation day in the $1 process is the 5th donation day in the cash tripler. So now the 3 people are donating to you $48 each in the cash tripler, which is $144. You're going to take $96, donate that to your inviter. You're going to keep $48 for yourself. That's $90 that you've accumulated just in the cash tripler. That takes you over $235 at this point. And quite naturally, the 5th donation day in the cash tripler becomes the 3rd donation day in the $5 freedom process. That's $20 from each of the 3 people that you invited. That's $60 altogether. You take $40, send it to your inviter. You keep $20. And now that's $35 that you've accumulated in the $5 freedom process. That takes you over $255 altogether. All right, $255 altogether. $1, one time, out of pocket. See, money is no issue. Money is no issue. All we want to do is stay disciplined to this process. As long as we stay disciplined to the process, this is no reason why this can't happen as we go through this process. See, the process is flawless. The process is flawless. Okay? We're the ones that have to stay disciplined. We're the ones that have to have honesty and integrity in going through this process and being committed to getting rid of debt and wiping out poverty within our community. So I hope you can see this, because money is no issue here. All right. Day number 8, donation day number 8. Okay. On the 8th donation day, remember, donations are on Mondays and Thursdays. The 3 people now are going to donate to you $128 each. That's $384. $384. Out of that, $256 you're going to donate to your inviter. You're going to keep $128 for yourself. That's $255 that you've accumulated just in the $1 process. $255 just in the $1 process. Remember, nobody's putting up more than $1 into this process. Nobody. Nobody's losing any money in this process. That's a total of $383 to this point. $1, one time, out of pocket. Money is no issue. Now, the 8th day of the $1 process is the 6th day in the cash tripler. So now the 3 people are going to donate to you $96 each. That's $288. Out of that $288, $192 you're going to send to your inviter. You're going to keep $96 for yourself. That's $186 that you're going to accumulate in this process, just in the cash tripler. That's $479 to this point. Now, quite naturally, the 6th donation day of the cash tripler becomes the 4th donation day in the $5 freedom process. The 3 people are now going to donate to you $40 in the $5 freedom process. That's $120. You're going to take $80 of that, donate that to your inviter. You're going to keep $40 for yourself. Now you've accumulated $75 just in the $5 process. That's $519 to this point. $519 from a $1 one time out of pocket. I hope you're seeing this. Okay? Money is no issue here. Let's go to donation day number 9. Donation day number 9. The 3 people are now going to donate to you in the $1 process $256 each. That's $768 that you're going to take in. You're going to take $512 and you're going to send that to your inviter. You're going to keep $256 for yourself. That's $511 that you've accumulated just in the $1 process. Just in the $1 process. All right? I hope you all are seeing this. Nobody, and I keep reiterating this, nobody is donating more than $1 out of pocket to get started with this process. Nobody. And so what I want to say at this point right here, do you understand the type of team that you are building in this process? Okay? Where money is no issue. Where everyone is playing with what? House money. Where money is no issue at all. Okay? You're building a team. You're building a community here. Where nobody has to worry about the money. So now, the 9th day of the $1 process becomes the 7th day of the $3 cash tripler. Your 3 people are now going to donate to you in the cash tripler $192 each. That's $576 that you're going to take in. $384 now is going to go to your inviter. You're going to keep $192 for yourself. That's $378 that you've accumulated just in the cash tripler, taking you over $967 to this point. Now, quite naturally, the 7th donation day of the cash tripler is the 5th donation day in the $5 freedom process. So now the 3 people are now going to donate to you $80 each. That's $240 that you take in. That's $160 you're going to send to your inviter. You're going to keep $80 for yourself. That's $155 that you've accumulated in the $5 freedom process. That takes you over $1,047 to this point. Honesty, integrity, and commitment. That's what's going to be needed. And stay disciplined to this process. All right? Let's go to donation day 10. Remember, only on Mondays and Thursdays. Mondays and Thursdays. Those are the only days that we're going to donate in this process. The 3 people in the $1 process, the 3 people are now going to donate to you $512 each. That's $1,536. Out of that, you're going to take $800 and donate that to your inviter. You're going to keep $736 for yourself. That's $1,247 from a $1 process. A $1 process. See, this is compounding at its finest. See, but we're compounding what? People. The money will follow. Money is no issue here. You've accumulated over $1,783 to this point from a $1 one-time out of pocket. Unbelievable. That's in 5 weeks. You've accumulated over $1,780 in 5 weeks. Now, the 10th day of the $1 process becomes the 8th day of the $3 cash tripler. Now, the 3 people are donating to you $384 each. That's $1,152 that you bring in. $600 of that you're going to send to your inviter. You're going to keep $552 for yourself. That's $930 just in the cash tripler. That's $2,335 that you've accumulated in 5 weeks. Honesty, integrity, and commitment. Okay? Now the 8th day of the $3 cash tripler becomes the 6th day in the $5 freedom process. That's $160 each from the 3 people that you invited. That's $480. You're going to take $320 of that and send it to your inviter. You're going to keep $160 for yourself. That's $315 altogether just in the $5 freedom process. That's $2,495, okay, to this point, from a $1 one-time out-of-pocket. This can be very, very powerful. In the 11th day of the $1 process, 11th donation day, remember, Mondays and Thursdays, the three people are now going to donate to you $800 each. That's $2,400 that you're going to bring in. You're going to take $1,000 and send that to your inviter, and you're going to keep $1,400 for yourself. That's $2,647 that you've accumulated just in the $1 process. No one has given up more than $1 to get into this process. Nobody loses any money in this process. No one. Okay? And you've accumulated $3,895 to this point. $1, one time, out of pocket. Okay? In 5.5 weeks. Unbelievable. Compounding. The 11th day of the $1 process becomes the 9th day of the $3 cash tripler. Now the three people are sending you $600 each. That's $1,800 that you take in the cash tripler. You're going to take $1,000, send that to your inviter. You're going to keep $800 for yourself. That's $1,730 just in the cash tripler. That's taking you over $4,695 to this point. Do you see what's happening here? All we're doing is building a team. Building a team. And let me point out something here. The only people that you have to deal with is the person that invited you, who you're donating to, and the three people that are donating to you. That's all you're dealing with. Okay? That's it. Simple and easy. Now the 9th donation day of the cash tripler becomes the 7th donation day in the $5 freedom. So now you have your three people donating to you $320 each. That's $960. You're going to take $640 of that, send it to your inviter, and you're going to keep $320 for yourself. That's $635 just in the $5 freedom process. That's over $5,015 to this point. Over $5,000. House money, right? Now watch this. On the 12th donation day, remember donation days, Mondays and Thursdays. Mondays and Thursdays. On the 12th donation day at the end of 6 weeks, your three people now are donating to you $1,000 each. That's $3,000 that you take in. You're going to take $1,000 and send that to your inviter. You're going to keep $2,000 for yourself. That's $4,647 that you brought in the $1 process. That's taking you over $7,015 to this point. Powerful. Now, at this point in the process, when you start receiving $1,000 from the three people that you invited, at this point, you will only donate $1,000 to your inviter on Tuesdays of every week now. No longer do you donate on Mondays and Thursdays. You will only donate on Tuesdays of every week. Okay? So therefore, you're receiving, every time you receive on Tuesdays $1,000 from the three people that you invited, you will keep $2,000 for yourself every Tuesday and send $1,000 to your inviter every Tuesday of every week. That's $2,000 a week. Now, the 12th donation day in the $1 process is the 10th donation day in the cash tripler. Now watch this. The 3 people will now send you $1,000 in the cash tripler. $1,000 each in the cash tripler. That's $3,000. You're going to take $1,000, send that to your inviter, and you're going to keep $2,000 for yourself. That's $3,730 that you've accumulated just in the cash tripler. That takes you over $9,000 to this point. And the same thing. You receive $1,000 from the 3 people that you invited. At this particular point, you will donate the $1,000 to your inviter on every Tuesday. Instead of on Mondays and Thursdays, it's every Tuesday. And you will keep $2,000 every Tuesday from the cash tripler. So now that's keeping $2,000 from the $1 process, $2,000 from the cash tripler every Tuesday of every week that you receive $1,000 from the 3 people that you invited. That's $4,000 a week. And all you did what? Was $1 one time out of pocket. Now, the 10th donation day in the cash tripler becomes the 8th donation day in the $5 freedom. That's when your 3 people are now going to donate to you $640 each. That's $1,920. You're going to take $1,000, send that to your inviter. You're going to keep $920 for yourself. You've accumulated $1,555 at that point in the $5 freedom. The very next donation day, your 3 people will donate to you $1,000 each. That's $3,000. You're going to take $1,000 of that, donate it to your inviter, and you keep $2,000 for yourself. That's $3,555 that you've accumulated just in the $5 freedom process. That takes you over $11,935 in 6.5 weeks. So at this point, you're receiving $1,000 from the 3 people that you invited. So now you will only donate the $1,000 from this point on in the $5 freedom on Tuesdays of every week. You keep $2,000 for yourself every Tuesday in the $5 freedom. So now you're keeping $2,000 a week in the $1 process, the $3 cash tripler, and the $5 freedom every Tuesday. That's $6,000 a week. Okay. At this point, do you think that you're getting out of debt? And are you helping other people to get out of poverty, to wipe out poverty? This is the goal. And if we stay honest and we keep our integrity throughout this whole process, and we stay committed to wiping out debt and poverty in our communities, and we stay disciplined to this process, there's no reason why this can't happen to you. And not only can this happen to you, but now you have an army of people that are going through the same process, that's getting rid of debt and helping to wipe out poverty in our community. Do you understand why it's so important to build a community of people? Because, see, if you build a community, the money will follow. Money is no issue here. The issue is us. If we do what we need to do to work with one another, to help each other, we don't need any government, we don't need any corporations to do anything for us that we can do for ourselves. We have a perfect process here. All we have to do is implement it to the best of our abilities. And if we build up those characteristics of being honest, keeping integrity, keeping our commitment to getting rid of debt and wiping out poverty and staying disciplined to what we need to do for this process, everybody prospers. Everybody prospers. $1, one time, out of pocket. So money is no issue. I hope you can see this. All right? We can do this on our own. And so when things like what's happening to us right now with this pandemic shutdown, if we did this, we wouldn't worry about a pandemic shutdown financially. Because financially, we can take care of ourselves. We can create jobs. We can do what's necessary in our communities to keep people fed and to keep people housed. You know, if wherever you live at in your community, wherever you are, if in your community, if 20% of the people in your community was cash strapped and debt free, do you know that 20% could control that whole community? That 20% could dictate what you want your local officials to do within your community, not the other way around. You could take control of your community. That's what it's going to take. Because as long as we are debt slaves, as long as we are trapped into debt in this monetary system that we have in this country, and not just in this country, but around the world, we will always find ourselves looking for handouts from governments and corporations. Why do we need to do that? We can take care of ourselves. All we have to do is create the mentality to do that, because the process is here. Now keep in mind, there's no websites to go to. There's no software to keep track of all of this. You have to do it yourself. You have to do it. It's on you. We're not using technology into this process. We're just using us. Okay? So in doing that, you need to have some type of spreadsheet or ledger to keep track of your donations that you receive. You want to stay as organized as you can. Why don't we use a website, or why don't we use some type of software to keep track of all of this for us? All right? Because, see, this is done on purpose. Why? Because there's certain people out here that don't want you to come together and do this. They don't want you to be coming together and working together and prospering together and getting out of debt and wiping out poverty. For whatever reason that they have, they don't want it. So as we do this and you start to become successful in doing this, there's nothing to shut down. There's no one to come get. There's no one, this is not a company. This is not a platform that can be shut down. These are private individuals that come together one-on-one to help each other. I hope you see the concept and the process of what we're doing here. No one can shut this down. Only you can shut this down. That's it. Okay? I hope everyone can see what we're trying to accomplish here. Now, real quick, this is what I want to go over before we shut it down. We have the 135 community process guidelines. Okay? Because we have to have some parameters. All right? And the guidelines here is, one, of course, honesty. We have to be honest in doing this. It's too easy to not do the right thing. So we have to be honest. We have to have that trait. Integrity, which is equally important, if not more important, to have integrity. Because can you imagine having $3,000 in your hand and now you need to give $1,000 to the person that invited you? Do you have the integrity to do that? Do the people that you invite have the integrity to send you $1,000? Commitment. Very important to be committed to the cause. Getting rid of debt. Do you understand debt is one of the biggest cancers financially that we have in this country? Debt. Don't think that you're in debt by mistake. You're in debt by design. And so we need to wipe that out of our consciousness, debt. We need to get rid of that word, debt. So we need to be committed to getting rid of debt and wiping out poverty. And discipline. If we can stay disciplined to the process, there's no reason why we can't accomplish this. Also, all donations should be done on Mondays and Thursdays to keep a more organized accounting of what is being received by each person. See, this has been tried every day to do donations, and it gets messed up. Mondays and Thursdays will keep you organized. It will be ideal to keep an accounting of your donations you receive on a spreadsheet or ledger to keep organized of when, from who, and what amount you received. Stay organized, because we don't have any software. There's no website. This is all on you. Once you receive the same donation from any three people, it will be required to send the donation to your inviter for the required amount for that particular donation day. Now here's a note. If you do not receive all of the donations from the three people, you will wait until you have all three before donating to your inviter. So this means it could fall on a later donation day. So basically, if you don't get all three of your donations for that particular donation day, for that particular amount, then you can't send what you don't have to your inviter. You follow me? You need to get all three donations. You need to get all three donations in order to send your donation to your inviter. Okay? And then, although it is not required, okay, it would be in practice to invite more than three people to the community to enhance the possibility of getting your three donations for any particular donation day. Meaning, because we want to keep it real. We want to keep it real here. You may have to go and get 5 or 6, maybe 10 people to get the 3 people that you need to donate to you. That's just reality. Because the first 3 people you go get may not do this. They may not do this. They may not do what's required. Remember, the money is not the issue. It's the people. See, we don't know what an individual will do. We may know what a group of people may do, but we don't know what an individual will do. So if you don't know what the individual will do, then you may need to go and get more than what's required to be able to get what's required. So you may have to go get 10 to make sure that you have 3 people that will donate on any given donation day. Follow me? Now, if you receive donations from more than the required 3 for the required amount for any donation day, and your donation to your inviter was sent, then all excess donations stay with you. All right? So that means that if you have your 3 people, and let's say you went and got 5 people. You went and got 5 people, and all 5 of the people that you have gave you a donation. So that means you had at least 3 donations given to you for that particular donation day, for that particular amount. And you were able to send your donation to your inviter. Where any other donations that you receive outside of the 3 that you use to send your donation to your inviter, any donations after that stays with you. So now that gives you even more of an incentive to go get more than 3 people, doesn't it? I hope you're following this. And when you get to the point that you start to receive $1,000 from at least 3 people that you invited, you should be honored to donate $1,000 to your inviter. Honesty and integrity. You should be honored to give the person that invited you $1,000 if you receive $3,000. Make sense? Because without that person inviting you, you would never be in this process. But now, if you receive $1,000 from only 1 or 2 of the people you've invited, the right thing to do is to donate a minimum of 1/3 or $300 of each donation you receive. Once you start to receive all 3 donations, you then should donate the full $1,000 to your inviter. So in other words, if you've got your 3 people or more, but you've only received 1 or 2 of them to send you $1,000 each, and you don't have the 3, then you can't send $1,000 to your inviter. So the right thing to do is if you get 1 person who donates $1,000 to you, then you want to take at least 1/3 of that, or $300, and send that to your inviter as a donation. If you get the second person, take $300 of that and send it to your inviter as a donation. Once you start receiving all 3 donations of $1,000 from the people that you invited, then send $1,000 to your inviter. That just makes sense. I hope you agree. That just makes sense. Okay? So these are the guidelines. It's very simple stuff. We're not trying to make this complicated or anything, because the money is not the issue. We've established that. I've said that over and over and over again. We are the issue. The people are the issue. I hope you understand that. Okay? So now, anybody that wants to get the charts that I've shown, and they want to get the what do I call this? The process guidelines. You can email 135community.unity@gmail.com, and we'll make sure that you get that if you did not get it from your inviter. We'll get you everything that you need to get started with this process. We'll even send you the chart or the ledger that you can keep track of your donations. All right? We're here to help. We're here to help the community in any way that we can. But it's going to be up to you. We want to help you help others, because it's going to benefit everybody. Even if it doesn't benefit people directly, it's going to benefit them indirectly, because as long as people are successful in helping people into this community, then everybody can be helped. We also have a YouTube channel, the 135 Community. It's a YouTube channel. These recordings are these webinars are recorded and will be sent and put on our YouTube channel. So you can go to the YouTube channel and you can get any recording that we've done. And you can just go to the search in YouTube and put in the 135 Community, and you'll go to our channel. Subscribe to the channel. So therefore, whenever we do a webinar, it'll come to you. And also, the 135 Community webinars are done on Mondays and Thursdays. What is Mondays and Thursdays? Those are donation days. On Mondays at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and on Thursdays at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'm committed to being here every Mondays and Thursdays for you. It's time to make a change. We do not want to get caught like we just did in this shutdown. We want to take control back of our lives. And the only way we can do that is together. Okay? I hope that makes sense. So I'm gonna shut up now, and what we're gonna do is we're gonna do this. We're gonna open it up. Anyone that has any questions, any comments, just hit *6 on your phone if you're on the phone, or you can go ahead and hit the microphone on your screen to open up your mic if you have any questions at all. Any questions at all? Any questions, any comments about what you've just seen? We're here to help as much as we possibly can to help you go through this process. This process is very easy, it's very simple. But like I said earlier, it's just as easy to mess this up. All right, so it's a mindset, okay? Going through this process and going to fruition to where you can get at least 3 people donating $1,000 to you every week, okay? By reaching that goal, it's going to change who you are for the better. Because your whole consciousness is going to change. You're going to become a whole different person when that happens. And then you're going to have leaders that's on your team doing the same thing that you're doing. And everybody's going to be consciously on a whole different level. Trust me when I say this. This is a powerful, powerful thing. It's not about the money. It's about community. It's about community and what we can do as a community. Because, see, we can go out and affect change within our own communities where we live at. Imagine if money was no issue.
Brian, question.
Yes, sir.
What are the tax ramifications of this community program project?
Good question. Good question. The tax ramifications. Well, first of all, there's no income here. No one is receiving an income. So if you don't receive an income, there are no tax implications at all. Because we're not selling anything. Okay? We're not selling anything to make money. All we're doing is donating to each other, one person to another, privately. So therefore, there's no donation, there's no tax implications of me giving money to another individual. None at all. It doesn't even have to be reported. It's between 2 individuals. There's not a business transaction here. This is not commerce. This is not business. Good question. Any other questions? Any other comments? Any other questions? We have our email address is 135community.unity@gmail.com. Our YouTube channel is the 135 Community. I really appreciate you guys coming to this webinar. That shows me that you all are different. You all want to make a difference, okay? Because truly, debt is the culprit in our society. And so if we can commit to wiping out this debt and wiping out poverty, we can change everything. Okay? Any other questions, any comments? Questions or comments, anybody? If not, we will be here again on Thursday, which is donation day. Today is donation day. So if you're here for the first time, you know, get with the person that invited you, find out how they want to receive their $1. Get them their $1. Start working on getting 3 people and getting them to Thursday on donation day, on Thursday, and start your process. It's just that simple. Okay? You determine on how you want to receive your donations. We use Cash App. I use Cash App, but you can use whatever you want, deem is necessary, whatever you want to do. We're looking to get a payment processor that we can use all around the world, and I'm hoping that we can get it soon. I haven't heard word yet, but as soon as I hear word, you will hear word, because we have a payment processor that we're looking to get that will that has an international debit card to it. You will have an actual bank account as well with this debit card, and it also has a Bitcoin wallet along with it, and it will be able to exchange currencies in any currency that you want automatically from a debit card. It's a powerful thing, and so I'm working on trying to get that. I hope we can get it soon. But you get with the person that invited you to see how they want to receive their donation, and it's up to the individuals. You're in control.
Hey, Brian.
Yes, sir.
I'm sorry, Kevin in Texas. Quick question. How soon is this recording posted, where we can get it off of YouTube?
I try to get it on the YouTube at least by the next day in the afternoon.
Okay.
Okay. So anywhere between 3 and 6 o'clock, it should be on YouTube, if not earlier.
Okay. The last question, and the only reason I asked is because, okay, make a long story short, I'm working with a group, and I wanted to share this community. And the first thing the person stated they asked me, would the presenter mind doing a live presentation? I told them that they record them, but they were like a stickler of just, I guess, of not the recording, and they really wanted someone to do a live presentation for them, even though, in other words, it's another sort of group, but they rather have the person, or in this case, yourself, do it with their group instead of trying to get all their group members to come to the webinar, if that makes sense.
Right, I understand what you're saying, and hopefully one day I'll be able to do that. But at the moment,
okay.
I don't have the time for that. That's why I have these calls on Mondays and Thursdays at 9 p.m. on Mondays and Thursdays at 10 p.m. because I do other things as well.
Absolutely.
And so I'm committed to other programs that I do that I run, and so but it may come a time to where, you know, I can be able to do that. So we're not going to rule that out, but for right now, this is the way it has to be.
Oh, I understand. I'm gonna try to make them see that the recording is just as good as having you there.
Yeah, because you know, what I'm not doing anything too much different every Mondays and Thursdays night. I'm saying the same things. And so, you know, hopefully, you know, they can listen to the recording, and it's just like being here on a Monday night or a Thursday night.
Absolutely.
Right? Unless they specifically have a question, and if they specifically have a question, well, this is the time to get live on the call, or either you know, get with you, and they can ask you the question, or they can email the question in.
Absolutely. So because I'm trying to come to these calls, and
there's more than one way to skin a cat. Yeah, there's more than one way to skin a cat. Yeah,
absolutely.
But
Okay.
I appreciate their eagerness to wanting to get the information. That's good. That's a good sign.
Well, the recorder's going to have to do then. Okay. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Anybody else? Any other questions? Any comments? Questions or comments? Good call. Good call. Good questions. All right. So, without any further ado, if there's no other questions and any comments, I appreciate you guys coming. We'll be here again on Thursday night at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And make sure if you're new, go ahead and give your $1 donation and start getting people to come to Thursday night's call. Or, like I said, pass out the recording of the call and let people see what we do at the 135 community. All right. With that in mind, thank you everybody for your patience, and we will see you on Thursday night. Good night, everybody.